kind of sad. So where you go is from that. So
Okay. Hi guys, we're back with another Am I an Asshole Reddit? So I'm going to be reading off another story today. This one is titled, Am I the asshole for moving out because my dad got back with his ex and was planning to move her in with us? My dad and Claire, both in their 40s, have a longish history together. They dated when I, 19, was 6'7" after my parents separated for a while.
6'7", I just been right on the highway.
What's up, everybody? And if you don't know that jam, you're too old.
Let's continue reading. After my parents separated for a while, then my parents got back together and Claire was gone. But then my mom died, and Dad and Claire got back together when I was 12. They dated for 2 years. She and I had our issues. So did her and my grandparents. Her and my aunt and her and my uncle, all paternal relatives. Wow, so a lot of people had problems with her. She just had issues with people, like, she needed to go. She needed to be packed up in a box.
Give me some room. Hey, okay, the door's gonna slam about now.
One of our issues was she expected us to be willingly babysitters for her because of her and my dad's relationship. But she also called my mom a whore because mom was dating someone else when Dad and Claire were together the first time. Then mom got back with Dad. Why that only made mom a whore and not Dad is something she never answered. But it was an issue we had with each other. At the worst, we ended up arguing. I told her she would never be my mother and I would never treat her or her kids as my family. So she needed to get the fuck out of my business.
What you doing today, girl?
Sometimes my business ain't your business.
Oh, okay.
So don't be asking me that, what I'm doing. Could I have my business to myself sometime?
Hey, yo. That sounded like that shit was heated, my boy. That shit was heated. That shit went. Took it up a couple of notches. Like, it was very much on some. Turn around, die. Turn around, die. That's what it was giving. That's exactly what it was giving. Your crash out, which was probably hella valid, because why is she beefing with half of your family? I don't know. But that is something to be discussed. That's something to be talked about. That's need to be reviewed. I'm just saying. My dad told Claire that she couldn't try to parent me because I was right. She wasn't my mother, and we didn't even know each other that well. Her and Dad broke up after that. Well, I'm assuming it was a couple things that led up to it, and you was one of them. At least you know your dad fuck with you for real. You know? Sometimes that's what matters, you know?
What?
You're not my dad! You also hear something! Ugly ass fucking.
11 weeks ago, I found out my dad and Claire were back together, and he was planning to move her in with us. She was trying to wrap up her job and figure out stuff with her kids' school before moving in with us. Dad and I argued because he didn't tell me. I had to overhear him talk to her about it on the phone. I hate when that shit happens. I genuinely hate when that shit happens. Where, like, no one tells you what the fuck is going on. You're hearing it from the mouth of babes. So I know what this kid talking about right now. For sure. I say the sentiments of the kid is understandable. Very much so far. Like, he told me I didn't really look so disgusted at the thought because I know I look disgusted at the thought of living with her. So I spoke to both sets of my grandparents and my maternal grandparents so I could move in with them. My dad found out when I started packing. He asked me not to leave and told me we could find a way to make all of us work as a family. I told him I wasn't willing to work on that, and I refused to be Claire's family, and I refused to be her kids' babysitter. He said, fuck them kids. So fuck them kids.
Girl, fuck them kids and fuck you too.
He ain't doing it. He ain't signing for it. He ain't doing it. I can't hate. You had a solution. You aimed for it. You got it. You didn't use your dad in any of this. You did all this on your own. You're 19. I told him he wants to be with her, and that is a decision he's allowed to make. But that I would not be paying towards a household. I paid a couple of bills and threw in money for groceries every week where she lives, so I'm moving somewhere else. I moved out and Claire and her kids moved in last week. My dad hoped I would come around, but I didn't. Thanksgiving was our first time apart. My fraternal parents refused to spend Thanksgiving with Claire, so my dad was upset. He told me my room was still waiting for me and to please come home because he misses me. I told him I loved him, but I couldn't be around Claire. Dad told me it felt like I moved out to punish him for trying again with Claire, and there was never any rush for me to move out. Am I the asshole? Personally, I don't think you are. I don't think this person is the asshole here. I feel like the dad is not the asshole here either, per se, because they're just following what they want to do in their heart and what they want to do. They have had history in the past that we can't describe or differentiate on why he's choosing to make decisions that his family doesn't even like. Like, people have to understand what is behind them being able to do that. That's why I never listen to people who complain too much about their partners, for real, and they be back with them, because there is more to it than you know, for sure. So I don't think anyone's really the asshole in that situation. It's more of like, it is what it is and has a sore spot. The only way to repair it is to repair the relationship, which is to get Claire on board, but she seems to be the actual asshole of the situation, for real. But not in the dad's eyes. So here we are. Yeah. Which y'all let me know. Who do y'all think is the asshole? Is it this 19-year-old boy? Which, do you think he's making a wrong decision here? Should he go home? Should he adapt? I don't know, face the music? I don't know. Whatever you think. Or is it the dad? Is he choosing a woman over his family? How do y'all feel in that sentiment? Or is it the bitch named Claire? A plus B. See that bitch out. Clock out.